Minnesota Vikings edge rusher Danielle "The Real Deal" Hunter is one of the best edge rushers in the National Football League. Selfless, team-first guy, can play the run well as certainly get after the quarterback's ass. And the main concern about Danielle heading into last season was health, because he missed all of 2020 with a herniated disc in his neck, and then missed the bulk of 2021 with a torn pec issue. But he was solid in 2022. Even as the Vikings, they changed defensive schemes. Danielle played stand-up outside linebacker for the first time in his NFL career, and he stayed healthy, played all 18 games. A little bit slow at the start of the season, but really took off in the second half. Led the team in sacks with 10.5, second in pressures behind Za'Darius with 76, all while playing out of position and being on a Dontel defense, which wasn't necessarily bringing the heat. So Danielle basically had to do it all on his own. And him and Za'Darius formed a really nice edge rushing duo. And now there is some offseason drama. What's going to happen with Za'Darius? Is Marcus Davenport going to be the new guy? Or if he fails his physical, do they bring Za'Darius back? Or is it going to be Marcus Davenport at a reduced rate going forward? Or is Za'Darius back? Who really knows? But I know one thing for sure. Danielle has proven that he's still one of the best edge rushers in the game. He is going to be 29 in October. He's still firmly in his prime, and the Vikings need to take care of him. And the Vikings have a decision. Either they need to extend Danielle Hunter this offseason, or they need to trade Danielle Hunter to a team that will extend him, because his contract right now, it's untenable. So Danielle Hunter, during the Spielman regime, after he's come back from the herniated disc, there was a bit of a standoff with the contract. What was going to happen? Well, they revised it a couple times. He had a big-time rooster bonus that was due. So basically, the Vikings had to or get off the pot. The Vikings paid it last offseason. And this year, Danielle, absent new money, is due a $4.9 million base salary, which in terms of edge rushers is like, what, 20% of what the elite guys are making? You look at Myles Garrett, you look at the Bosa's. I mean, that's a fraction. That's pennies. And Danielle showed that he can stay healthy, showed that he can thrive in the new scheme. I think obviously him and Brian Flores would do fantastic things together. So the Vikings have a decision. And I think as of right now, I think it's a good sign that we haven't heard anything. Like we haven't heard any chirping from either sides, which is good, because we know that Danielle's agent is not above using NFL insiders like Rap Sheet to negotiate through the media. You know, like back in 2020, Rap Sheet tweeted this out: Viking star Danielle Hunter is having surgery to clean up herniated disc on his neck, knocking him out for 2020. Minnesota has the decision this offseason: make Hunter the highest paid defender in football or trade him. Have we seen the last of him in a Vikings uniform? So that's obviously coming straight from the agent. That's obviously random editorializing. Well, not random. Set up with an agenda. So we haven't seen that as of yet. So maybe things are going well behind the scenes, but Danielle ain't playing for $5 million. That certainly is not going to happen, and I think the Vikings would be smart to take care of their guys, and that's something that Kwesi has done, where you have guys that are in their prime or about to enter it. Danielle is still firmly in his and taking care of them, and you look at what Kwesi has done through his various stops. Like when he was in San Francisco, John Lynch, they drafted Bosa. In Cleveland, they took care of Myles Garrett. So he understands the value of a game-wrecking edge rusher, hence why he's taking a shot on Marcus Davenport as well. So I think Danielle, it makes all the sense in the world to take care of him, because he proved he could stay healthy. 10.5 sacks last year. I think that he can certainly get back to his 2018-2019 production, and I think that he'll be that dude. So Danielle Hunter, he needs to stay in purple. He needs to stay extended. So the Vikings need to take care of him, because that's something that's floating beneath the surface, where, I mean, if the Vikings don't come to a new deal, obviously Danielle should not have to play on a deal that's 20% of what premium edge rushers are making. So I think the Vikings either have to trade him or they have to pay that man his money. Hopefully it's the latter, and then go from there. But your thoughts are thoughts. The Vikings need to extend or trade Danielle Hunter. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skol, production value.